Welcome back, L127 here. So, returning to our Journey to Cake playthrough of Infinitode 2. In the last part that we uh, did the first levels of the stage 5, the final stage of the story, we also uh, managed to fetch the trophy for this level, which is made more difficult because increased wave requirements. Or should I say, pushing the wave milestone further for this. But yeah, uh, so the plan is to proceed further, but as you currently see, it's pretty difficult to push further at this point because we are kind of struggling with the levels in stage 5. So I would like to be more prepared for the final levels of the story before. Uh, as one of the things that I would like to be able to do is certainly getting 3 stars on these stages so we can unlock the prestige, which is one of the key goals for this playthrough. But first, we are going to do the daily loot. Oh yes, we also got the flamethrower from the last part. By unlocking final form, we get the flamethrower to use. At this point, I'm just going to try to get any kind of resource we can. So we will leave that. Not sure if I can get further into the wave milestones for this level, but I believe this level's final wave milestone gives a blueprint chest or blueprint box. Maybe send it to first. So the flamethrower was made so it cannot really efficiently attack the enemies. Heavily dense crowd enemies with the burning. To do that, you will need to use the cold fire, and that removes the burning capability. So some of the important things that I need to do before proceeding further to the levels is to obtain level 10 for some of the towers, as well as some of the upgrade levels, some base stats as well, so we can have a better time with the economy. Setting up for economy of of the start setup. At this point, I think it would be totally worth to get a flamethrower upgrade, so we can have level 7 at least. Probably need more, but you know, because you have less potential without this increased level cap. It certainly made some parts of the gameplay more difficult, especially in 5.4 where we have quite limited tiles to use for extended gameplay. We also have issues with trying to get the bounties, though we don't have too many bounties, but as the game extends, it certainly is going to be a problem to deal with. I have only raised this 3 towers, I believe. I don't think. At this point is where we would like to take increased level cap, because we have reached our potential damage input to these enemies. And can I improve it further? That is not very nice. Okay, we're barely able to get 98. It was kind of close. Yes. Anyways, we did get the rewards I was talking about. The blueprint chest. So basic blueprints. Nothing too serious though. Okay, so the next thing is because I'm quite concerned with, and I think I definitely would like to have this. Flames level 10 is actually useful, so I would like to get that. Let's put some investment on our flamethrower, I guess. Flames level 10 increases range, it's very useful. It also increases its arc size, but yeah, it's a general coverage improvement for that tower, so I would like to take that. So maybe I can try to get some trophies now. 91 on this level though. We can only retry. But I don't know if I can actually do that. So the only thing that I can do is to try for it. Let's see how we're going to do this though. Let's put you on the experience tile. I would like to have the flamethrower as to level it up. It's not going to be a very good way to do it though. Never like this level. 3.5 tend to be more challenging, in my opinion. But I would like to get some of these trophies to prepare for the incoming levels. So we'll take this. So I would like to try to get the level 10 for this as soon as possible. I don't think this needs search. Just a regular first targeting would possibly do for this. But it has to rotate every time. It kind of hinders it because rotation speed is always a problem. Though the first generation did help it out because it increased the rotation speed for that pass. Then we can always try to go for a search if we need to. Not having higher tier resources available here, though we do have some options for the gathering while we try to collect the trophies. Never like this wave 7 as well. The flamethrower is going to help a bit. It can give out a good amount of DPS, which also helps alongside with the Venom's simple DPS. Well, not really simple, but burning is a bit more annoying because it decreases freezing efficiency. But now we have reached level 10, it should make the ignition easier in general. We'll say the Flames level 10 is more direct. Others, works under special conditions. This is more of a generic increase. It does say increase of range. And you do see numbers increasing when you hover that ability. And the jets, I need abilities for this, but at this point, because we don't really have anything else to use, and armor limbs are concerning. Also because flamethrower is not very good against these enemies, so could be a concern to raise. I will take another sniper. Don't just stop like this. Now it's just basically hope and pray that we can get to 91 here. Increase the damage for this. We could do a search mod. Another thing I need to do is increasing my number of modifiers I can place other than just the bounties. Well, I only raise it by 1 level, but 3 is kind of okay for these early levels. Certainly, I would like to raise it further though, so we'll consider that as our option. Then I get to it. Another possible improvement afterwards is to increase how much I can get per bounty, or the capacity, the highest I can get for a bounty modifier. It does increase the needed amount of coins for max efficiency, but it does give us more, so it might help. The flamethrower might be put into a consideration instead of the splash now. Also because trying to develop another tower is going to be too costly in my opinion. So I may have to just rely on this now. We don't have the level 7 for multi-shots, so that is not available. I can change you to this, as I don't have a level 7, a level 10 for Tesla. I guess I can spend all the money now. At this point, I guess we could try to at least 6. This can be concerning. We have another. Yeah, go with the it's the best take. But we don't really have much to help this out. I need 94. At that point, I don't think this will be needed. And it's already beyond our goal for the trophy, so I'm not really concerned about that. Not too concerned about that. Go with Paul Moss here. I'll take that. Almost there, just a few more waves. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, though it could be concerning because I cannot be sure always. I'll try to go with another multi-shots, we can help this out. At this point, I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do here. The impact is kind of small for my inputs. We're almost at 90 for the jet wave that is concerning, and at this point it's already very concerning. Anyways, we got the multi-shot trophy, which increases attack speed. So we can open some more boxes to help us out with the resource requirements for raising more of these things. At this point, do we need to care about them? Probably not really needed, but let's get level 10 of these. It also helps with the simple stats that they need. I am running out of skeleton, which is not very nice. But we did raise some the basic stuff. We can put this. At this point, I'm not sure if I can actually get this wave interval. Okay, I am definitely out of money though. Can increase his range. At this point, I have no resources. So next is I think 3.7 wave 98 though. I'm not really sure if this would do good, but I will go with this first. The problem in this one, maybe not really a problem, but there are healers and regular healer ways on that. So the first thing we can do is to try to get some money. I mean, it's kind of more concentrated. It might be easier, but it's hard question to answer. Because these healers are strong. Again, there are jets in this one. I definitely would like to have some freezing. Okay. Not really confident about this one. At least we try, I guess. Another thing I need to try to get is increased wave interval, the last level. It's quite expensive, so this can get one. Where's the Teslas? Race you? I guess race this for. Still kind of going. I don't know. This can be bad. Yeah, fine with that. We have a, oh my god, 96 and 97. Definitely using poison for that. I don't know what else I could do with that one. Let's try to raise our MDPs, I guess. isn't looking too good. Quite concerned. There's somewhere in DPS. Okay, we certainly need to use the poison because it feels very tough. Okay, that should be the level. Or maybe not the level. We have quest to do. But yeah, that should be the trophy. It's playing 101. I certainly this is not going to be a very good condition. Another thing is that we are kind of struggling with, not even with the healers, and I'm quite concerned with this one. Anyways, that's 3.7. Another trophy. 25 seconds for that. Okay, that is very not nice. Anyways, we got the minigun trophy, which increases damage by a bit. I guess every time this counts, so we will take that. Maybe get you and you. That's costing matrix. I will need to get the missile upgraded. Force with bonus. Starting line, maybe. I'm not sure. At this point, I'm going to be running out of my matrix. What else was talking? No, yeah, upgrade pricer. It could help, maybe. But at this point, we could try Sarita too next. There are no air in this one. But yeah, could be a bit annoying because let's see. I guess here for the flame. Well, at this point, just pretty much take it as much as we can do, I guess. And obviously, I'm not going to be bothered with this. No jets in this one. But I'm not sure if it would be good to take the Tesla. Kind of formulating the whatever I can do to kind of help this out. Yeah, probably. The power does help for that. Well, we could go with another sniper. Like, I don't know. It feels like napalm is like a must get. Or flame. After this, I may try for the B1. So I did get level 10 experience cap for some more towers. I may need to raise the aiming speed for the sniper. It doesn't have a well, it's not a common stat. So we can only raise it from the sniper tree. But yeah, I feel like aiming speed will be useful. At this point, just aim at strongest maybe. But we do need a first target, otherwise any enemy that goes outside the coverage will be a problem. I have not really considered raising health. Well, I guess maybe once we kind of getting enemies breached for our defenses, it's kind of game over. So. This level would give us quite a bit of factor, I suppose, because you know these matrix, because they are in the factor, so we have to mine factor for matrix, and the factor is already being mined from the other mines. We do have a scalar miner, though we are kind of short some higher tier resources. For some key researches, so this wouldn't really help us too much, but I guess every bit helps for going through the later levels of the story, because I am quite scared actually. With that fight up for being very close 3-starring. I will be taking this more prepared. Just try to get trophies that can slightly help us. I guess you can change to first. Enemies didn't die so quickly, I suppose. And you do have the coverage to help out. At the start. And now we have the kill shot on for this. At this point, I don't really know if the kill shot is going to be so influential. I guess it can, but you know, when the kill shot is triggered, that kind of thing, you know, it's not very easy to control that kind of thing. So we're going to get another freezing there. Technically, but we will not against here. Replace this power mod for this. I could try to erase this effective mining. We're still not very close to 91, so we need to prepare our abilities now. I guess we might have to change some abilities because, like, you know, some levels are simply not very good for bullet war. Or Loic, really. At this point, I'm not really sure why I'm gonna change this for another ability. I guess we can keep the bullet war for now. We should be able to do this. We haven't been really being too close, and but yeah, this one can be bad. Okay, we managed to get to 91. That should be the trophy. At this point, raising my miners to get a bit more resources. Another thing is I haven't really raised the number count of my abilities. I guess like abilities just kind of assisted to me. It's not like the main game changing factor, but it kind of helps. It does help, I suppose. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to live just for enough to get this full. And obviously, there are times that I fail miserably, that things just didn't work out. And it went horribly. Also happened in this level, so at this point, try to hold the phone as long as I can, I guess. I'm probably not going to go for more abilities, though I don't know. Yeah, even every one of those breach, I guess I can still live. I'm not going to go for more abilities, I guess. Certainly, I don't think I will be able to hold for this one the wave composition, though. At this point, because of the fast enemies, we are barely able to actually handle these fast enemies. I don't think we will actually be able to do this. At this point, after this way, I think I would certainly die. But I may actually die in this one. So what I'm gonna do, sell this flamethrower, and I'm gonna get on the minus. Okay, so that's the blast trophy, which increases range. So we've been gaining trophies that can kind of help us by even the slightest bit, I guess, helps. Obviously, this is out of reach. I won't have enough matrix of crafting. How much money do I need even? 25,000. Hard question. Uh, now, how much matrix I need for this? 800. So, about this much. Yeah, I will be able to get this now. But I don't think I will be grabbing this. It's quite expensive. Also takes 2 special 3s. Not very nice. But yeah, it will be a greater help because it gives much bigger impact. But yeah, our resources running not very nicely. So maybe we can try for the B1 now. Okay, I don't like this level already. So let's see how we're gonna deal with this. Yeah, that for certain. I guess the flamethrower goes first. At this point, place towers that I'm not going to use. And this level also introduces this new type of enemy, light enemies. So it's more of like if you do not have versatile weapon tower types, then you're going to kind of suffer. So with that in mind, we might need missile because missile does good damage to this, so we can also kind of cover it. Another thing is that missile has an increased effectiveness on these enemies, so we can also use that to help things out. But yeah, at this point, pretty much we're going to try to get this through. Can be hard. Another thing that it's required for us. So the thing is that the flamethrower gets a buff in this one again, and the last wave is a healer wave, which the flamethrower cannot hit. So we will have to sell the flamethrower at the end. So we can fetch a little bit more money to potentially be able to fend that off. Though we might just fall earlier. But at this point, get bounty set up. Just to get more money earlier. But yeah, it can be a hard question for how many bounties I'm going to place for this level, or like any other bonus levels really, because the thing about this is that the bonus level. Oh yeah, this. I think yeah, this is the last one. Don't really know about that, I guess. Okay, so I actually don't know. I'm not sure about the difficulty in this one. I'm not sure if they have raised this one. But this one has a very hard score quest. Again, not the one that we have completed here. It is the 280,000 one that I believe has to be done with abilities, especially Overload. Unless you're playing on Endless. We're going to take some obvious ones first. For this, I guess. Yeah, I'm forced to do it. Okay, pause the game. I need to do it now. Otherwise, I'm not taking the time. And we'll put on this. And the most favorable for this these icy waves. Anyways, another thing that I need to do is to get the damage quest. It is doable, but I need to raise the flamethrower by a lot, so let's upgrade our flamethrower by a lot and then potentially get screwed by healer waves. That could happen, and that might likely happen. But yeah, at this point, because our damage was maybe too low for this. But yeah, at this point, I'm just going to be main on the flamethrower so I can potentially get this quest done. Hopefully, though, we can never be sure about this. The healers will give some extra damage, I suppose, for this. But yeah, the pure healer waves, though, yeah, it's going to serve some problems. And another one. We don't have this until wave 50-ish, but I can't be sure if I'm going to be able to complete the quest. Hopefully, that I will be able to. I may be able to, but yeah, I guess leave this level 8. No. I'm gonna raise this freezing. We don't have many of these waves left though. This can be concerning. 740, so yeah, I'm gonna do it. Level 9. I don't think I'm going to raise it further though. We have to deal with healers still, and we cannot just upgrade our flamethrower and now re-erasing the others because those exist. But it's going to be kind of close. But I may be able to do it. Hopefully, though, it's very close. Okay, we're able to do it. Okay, now just at this point, I'm going to sell this and set you to first, and then I'm going to waste the others. At this point, I guess we just cancel this part of the game. That. Okay, final wave. Okay. Let's 4.B1. And the quest giver, yeah, definitely going to be taking that. Okay, so we get some small stars, but not sure what I can really pick for this. At this point, it's hard to question though. At this point though, Yeah, like I have picked most of the important ones now. I guess I could try to get this Mac Bounty next. Okay, so let's see what I can do. I guess raise you. I haven't raised that for some reason. Just kind of go through all of these. One shows on. Oh, already running out of interest. We can go with that. I need quite a bit. Also, money. I'm maybe barely able to do it. So I'm gonna use this first. I can open the website chest. Did give me okay. No need to grab those. But at this point, I am very running out of money. Maybe sell some of these facts so I can try to squeeze from missile expense long time. Okay. So I'm going to probably do the last level of this pass for now. Well, it's probably going to be the last level for this pass. 5.5. I'm not very confident about this because, stage 5. But yeah. I guess bullet could possibly do. But yeah. Oh yeah. We miss all enemy types. So that give us another blueprint chest, which we can grab for some extras. But yeah, 5.5. So already there are some pre-built experience mods. I don't think I will be using this though. So this is the introductory level for course. So it passive gains experience, and then you get points every time it levels up, and then you invest the points on these upgrades, and it's going to help out, but we're not sure how much it's going to help out, so it it could be a difficult question to answer. This is one of the common cores you can actually get for your custom maps. So just consider that. But yeah, stage 5. Again, stage 5 is never like a very nice place to be. At this point, I'm going to try to see how much I can grab. This will be better if I actually have this will have be better if I actually have the modifiers. Because yeah, I have officially gone to a fault of regrets that I probably should have done that. That is doing the thing because we are doing a more extensive run of a level. Because one of the key components for stage 5 is it assumes that you can last for long, even under this higher difficulty portals. We will pick these bonuses though, because it does help. But as for how long I can last for these levels, uncertain. Even though I know that the wave requirement has been decreased, we don't get to last for much longer with the quite the limited abilities, also because our abilities not having very much power. That is also a problem to deal with. I should never trust those snipers. Currently kinda holding, but I don't know how long I can hold until I really need to just dump all my money to get those going. I'm not even sure if I can get the third bounty placed. Definitely has turned this to a world of regrets, because I didn't get more modifiers to use, which certainly makes this a bit more limited for ourselves. If I have grabbed more abilities, would have made this easier for us. But no, we didn't. We didn't bring more abilities. Well, like modifiers. With this social limitations, I also not really taking the best out of abilities. Really have to hope for this flamethrower to do me the favor, because oh my god. Okay, grabs for that bonus power. I will be put focus on getting those, because we don't have much for level beyond 10. I will be going for another Tesla, I guess, to kind of help this up. I need to really raise this flamethrower. Okay, we're barely holding the. Okay. Trying to raise this. I don't have the most conventional equipment for this. And this is now raising to level 10, it's very concerning, because the coverage issues. And we're not able to really do good to these enemies. Another thing I didn't use, actually, I didn't use the missile. I should have used it. So let's put this to use, I guess. At this point, not really sure how long I will be able to hold for this. Like we're barely holding for our money, and we are very short in our health to do the things more sparingly. Yeah, it has to become a more strict gameplay, because our very limited lifespan, our verbal life to give to the enemies. Not very much, so we need to be more careful now. At this point, I'm not sure what I can do to make this better. Pause the game first. Okay. I'm just going to place this now. At this point, I guess don't need to really worry about these things. Just do it, I guess. Okay. So next start at 72, another healer wave. At this point, what the core can give us is quite limited. At least the flamethrower is doing it. But I don't know how the flamethrower is going to be able to carry this flame. Hopefully, enough to carry force 3-starring this level. Because, again, this has been a horrible experience. I already used that. At least it kinda holds. Yeah, at this point I may actually need to bring more upgrades to be able to make the later levels work. Because at this point I'm very terrified of what is about to come. With this in mind, with the other part of things in mind, we're not doing very well in this level. I'm quite terrified. At this point, I don't think I would be keeping this vertical launch. I mean, all ground enemies also allows me to use LRM. We're barely able to 3-star this. Obviously, this is a very horrible experience to consider. Also, the enemies just coming out without the, maybe this is not the best approach to these levels. Maybe I'm not doing the best decision for this level. Regardless though, we have tried it. It's very strong. I'm quite concerned about my option, what kind of options we still have for this. It's not really carrying through this, and we are not sure how my current progression is going to be able to carry me further through this, the further levels of stage 5 and this wave. I can help this out. Okay. Got the starting level at this point. Now we're gonna be using this. at this point, I just try to see how long I can actually hold this horrible thing. I still have a fireball, but yeah. What have been more concerning for later levels like this? Because yeah, fight or fight is still giving troubles that we're still kind of struggling. Though it was made easier. It wasn't that close back then if we were doing 1.8 because back in 1.8 our goal was 96. So yeah, I think I might need to do more before attempting further levels. But at this point, I'm not really sure how we're going to do it. So now, two things to consider. Trying to get the prestige, that's one thing to consider. One of the more important things that we need to do. Also, we can get this max bounty. It might help, but I don't know how much is going to help for this. But I will take it. And then we will have 6 more points to spare before we head towards 5.8. I guess we can pick this experience multiplier. But yeah, at this point, I need to think about what we can potentially raise to help this out. I guess the best decision is on this main tree, We needed possibly more of these modifiers to use for our increased capability of dealing with enemies to be able to fight for longer, just long enough to carry us through till the last bits of the story. But yeah, it's going to be this part for now. So if you want to follow the series, consider subscribing and turn on the notifications, and I will see you in the next part. Thanks for watching.